Today, we'll discuss panic disorder. Though we use the term panic attack very often, there is a proper diagnosis for panic disorder, and it shouldn't be taken easy. Do you sometimes feel that you are losing yourself, having anxiety attacks, and facing fear for no apparent reason? Maybe at the same time, you might start sweating a lot. You don't feel your breath, and your heart pounds loud. If this happens to you in unpredictable times, and what you feel at that moment scares you a lot, you need to do something about it. Panic attacks often come at an unpredictable time, with no apparent trigger, and leave you in fear that you might get another one at any time. Though we all lose ourselves a little when we are under stress, you would know that you are having a panic attack if all of the above happens to you. Also, panic attacks don't come with a warning, so you don't know what is triggering them. However, recurrent panic attacks can lead to panic disorder, and it requires treatment right away. Let's dig into the details about what panic disorder is exactly and how it can affect you. Just remember that you are not alone in this race of life. We all have some baggage to deal with, and we can all help each other get through this. What is panic disorder? People who have panic disorder experience unexpected and frequent panic attacks that can affect their quality of life. When these attacks happen, there is an intense wave of discomfort and fear that shakes the person from the inside out. They feel like they are losing control when nothing bad is happening to them. It is important to know that not everyone who is experiencing panic attacks ends up having panic disorder. Panic attacks can also cause physical discomfort in the person. Like they might feel like they're having a heart attack. Their body starts trembling, and their heart rate increases. Though it is normal to consider that a panic attack can be a result of a stressful situation. But it is not always like this. A panic attack can happen anytime, with no trigger. And it always brings the fear that it can happen anytime again now. For some, there can be several panic attacks in the day, and for some, it's about months. What causes panic attack? While it has already been discussed that we don't know the cause of panic disorder, still, the human mind asks for reasons and logic. So, after several studies, experts have come across some of the causes that were common for people with panic disorder. Genetics. Several types of research have been done to understand the connection between panic disorder and genetics. A study was conducted in 2020 that claimed to have found 40 different genes that were linked to panic disorder, whereas a study conducted in 2018 proved that there are no consistencies between genetics and panic disorder. Another study conducted in 2019 proved that there is a significant genetic correlation between panic disorder and other conditions such as neuroticism and depression. It is safe to say that there are mixed opinions about the genetic connection of panic disorders. Anxiety. If someone has anxiety issues, they are most likely to develop panic disorder than those who don't have any such issues. In DSM-5, panic disorder is listed under the umbrella of anxiety disorder, and it is considered to be a long-term condition that needs immediate treatment. Anxiety includes being worried, overwhelmed, and nervous most of the time. You can have anxiety attacks in various situations, such as when you are in a crowd, in a stressful situation, giving a presentation, etc. The symptoms of anxiety are very similar to panic attacks, and thus an anxiety attack can easily turn into a panic attack. Changes in life. It has been observed that panic disorder is also related to significant changes in life and stressful life events such as verbal fights or arguments. The changes don't need to be negative or destructive. Even positive and happy changes can also lead to anxiety due to the challenges one faces. For some people, the transition is quite smooth, but for many others, moving from one phase to another or adapting to new things in life is quite challenging. Here are some of the significant life changes that have induced panic disorder in many people. Getting married and entering this new phase of life can disturb some people deeply. Leaving home for college can also be a devastating experience for some. Moving from one place to another seems to be affecting people in the saddest ways. The death of a loved one can change grief into panic disorder. Having a first child can be an overwhelming yet stressful event. Starting a new job can also induce anxiety and stress. What can you do if you or someone you love is experiencing these things? Here are some of the tips that can help them to deal with their panic attacks. Educate yourself. Not knowing what is going on with you is the worst that you can do to yourself. If you or your loved one is experiencing these emotions, do thorough research. Know the warning signs and symptoms, and look out for possible treatment plans. Communicate. Panic disorder cannot be handled or treated on your own. You need to seek support by talking about what you are going through with your friends and family. If you think someone is going through this, set a time to talk to them. Express your concern and show them what can be done. Exercise. Exercise is a great tool to keep your mind relaxed and stable. If you just give a few minutes to yourself daily, you can make big changes in your life. Exercise can help you relieve anxiety and feel calm. Know when to seek help. If the anxiety takes an intense form and continues to disturb everyday life, it is time to seek professional help, and there is no shame in it. With professional help, you can see changes in your way of handling your panic attacks. Treatment plan for panic disorder. If you reach out for professional help, this is how they will treat the panic disorder. Psychotherapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is the most common and most promising therapy for the treatment of the panic disorder. CBT focuses on our ways of thinking and perceiving things. It teaches the person to think, behave, and react differently. If you learn to react differently to anxiety attacks, you can control how you behave. There are other therapies as well, such as exposure therapy, which is also used to treat panic disorder. Medications. Depending on the intensity, sometimes medications are also required to treat panic disorder. These medications usually include antidepressants, beta blocker, and anti-anxiety medications. But a proper diagnosis is required to prescribe these medications to the client. Once the client starts getting a hold of their situation, the medications are decreased. If you or someone you care about is going through this, you shouldn't wait for things to get worse. Seek help right now to live the life that you deserve. I look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and like us if you found this to helpful. Also, be sure to check out our website, thumpersjourneytoemotionalwellbeing.com, for additional helpful content, archived editions of our YouTube channel, as well as downloadable courses such as Confidence, a program to develop your self-confidence. Find your true self, a program to understand who you really are deep down. The Happiness course, learn happiness and self-acceptance. Manifest your dreams, learn to manifest your dreams and desires. Relieve your stress, how to cope or even eliminate stress from your life. Until next time, here's to your emotional well-being.